Right. We got to switch camera. I'm not even monitoring this today, so hopefully we can hear the mic. Let's do roll call on these cameras to see if they're actually functioning. What do we got? Overhead view of the dirty shop. We'll do repair if we get that far. This is going to be extremely short. That's what it is on screen. Yes, testing. How's the mic? Mic check 1 2. Testing. Can we be heard, or do I need to boost the audio a little bit? We got an air conditioner in the background, so do keep that in mind. Wait on the feedback on this one. Allegedly, I have sound. 1 2 1 2. Might be good. All right. Thank you, man. Thank you for doing that. All right, let's hop in. So, first, find a screwdriver that has a proper bit. Let's take a look at this thing. This is, well, I'll tell you. It's an HP TPO 1-1214 Pavilion desktop. There you go. Now, usually when you have power problems, and this does turn on, usually when you have power problems, there's a number of ways you can go about it. I mean, you can go with the cheap power supply tester you get with power supplies. They have these things. Oh, it literally plugs onto a power supply. They have units like this you can get. If it lights up, doesn't mean it's good, so kind of archaic. They have these. You can get high-end ones, and then they have stuff like this that lets you test all the different, same as these. You can test all your different power rails. So SATA, 24-pin, Molex, old floppy drives and whatnot, 6-pin, 8-pin, and CPU. I don't know if this tests 8-pin PCI Express. That would be more over 6-pin over here. This one does PCI Express though. However, when it comes to these computers, you're in a little bit of trouble. So let's take a look at it and see what the status is. What do we need? A power lead here. Power. Just the power cable. So we're not even bother plugging anything else in. But when you plug this in, plug in a power cable and hit alleged power button, you may think that this is on. And I'm going to throw it to the KVM real quick just to make sure that it doesn't come on, and I brought it here for no reason. But as far as I know, we'll go HDMI, USB. And I don't know if I can show this on stream. That back fan is spinning at a normal rate. And this fan isn't. This fan is it's spinning at a much slower speed. Now, it could be argued that we have a 4-pin PWM and a 3-pin, like DC style fan. Or, I forget the technical names. Anyhow, 4-pin, 3-pin. This one only has the signal wire. This has the TAC and the signal, essentially. What's going on, people? Good evening. Hey, brother. After ages, I'm live. Coco, good to see you. Mr. Chris, thank you for the audio check. Screwdriver. We need the driver to show us how screwed we are with this device or any other power supply tester. This is going to take some trickery. And nothing is coming up on my KVM. Doesn't matter if I switch channels. So we're just essentially stripping this unit down right now just so I don't break any plastic. Pull a few screws out, and we can see that it's on, but it's not on. It's not coming up. We could go down reseating the RAM, pulling the processor, checking thermal paste, doing all that, but I don't think we need to do that. We're going to try something completely off the wall. I'm going to mess with the frame rate. I don't know if it's going to come through. Okay, so you can see the back fan spinning, and if it comes through, you can see that fan is spinning slower compared to the back fan. That spinning like that kind of points to a power supply issue, but we don't have any way to test it. Let's get to that part now. Let me readjust this now and get back to where everything's normal. Hopefully that came across on live video. I don't know if it did. But we're going to take and pull our leads and then pull our power. The reason you're screwed is because of the way that HP likes to wire these. So essentially you have two 12-volt rails, 1 and 2, and then you have this little hack going on here. So we need to do some building. And I don't have an actual tester for this, but what we're going to do is we're going to modify a full-size power supply to try and power this tower to see if when the proper power rails are there, if it will power it. All right, so let's do a check. Let's see what we need, or what we're going to need. We got our power supply, a bit dusty, but we're literally going to need these two plugs. These are our two 12-volt rails. So that's all we're going to need out of it. And then this plug here, but we don't have a 24 pin on that motherboard. So we got some hacking to do. We need to source this green wire, the black wire, and then this gray wire here, and a second black wire from this plug. We're going to need a switch. I hacked this out of an older Dell Optiplex. Some people might think that, hey, this is like a balance lead off of a battery, but it's not. Is I will show you a balance lead, and it's a thinner profile. Yeah, bad caps. Could be. But you can see the balance lead. Hopefully you can see that it's a little thicker. So a little bit thicker profile on the one versus the other. But this is similar, but it won't fit that goopy socket on the motherboard. And to be fair, this one isn't going to fit it either. But what it is essentially the same size, same thickness. And what we're going to do is repin this since we hacked it out of an older computer. So what we need, we're going to move the green wire, the black wire, and the gray wire, or white wire, because we don't have gray wires. So we'll just completely strip the red out. And hopefully we can get this done while I have time here. Shouldn't take too long, just a little bit of construction. And with any luck, we get to start that computer up and I can just order a power supply for my customer. So red wire, we don't need it. It's gone. We also got to pull out the white, the green, and the black and repin them to somewhere else. So we need this white wire where the black one is currently. So let's pull that out. All right, white one's in place. Green needs to go this side of the white, and I'm not so sure if we're going to need it there or somewhere else. So we'll check first. Actually, I don't even think we're going to use it, but we'll move it just in case we do end up using it. It's been a little while since I've had to test one of these power supplies. Chat's a little far away from me, so I have to step off camera to check it at the moment. But I think the last comment, Mr. Chris, was you asking about caps. All right, green wire out. Let's repin or replace this green beside the white. White/gray. And then the black needs to take the place of the green on the end. All right, now if that all worked, let's check it out. We essentially have our black. We're missing the purple, but we shouldn't need the purple. We have our black, purple space. Purple's not there, so space. Then our white, which is our gray, and our green, which is our green. And then for this to fit in that socket, what we need to do, the socket on the board, is we're going to have to chop. Hopefully this isn't... We'll kill the light so we can see some more detail on this. So what we need to do is chop off this one little leg. That way it'll plug into that socket no problem, because it has guides. If we can kind of see that one. Yeah, detail's not great, but we have little guides. This guide's in the right spot, and this one we had to chop free because it's a bigger plug. But this should plug in there with no issue now, since we chopped the one off. Let's check it. And it does. All right. So that plugs in. We'll leave that there for the time being. Separate our wires a little. Zoom back out so we can get some more stuff in focus. I just figured with the fan spinning, power is there, so it could just be low or unstable, usually pointed. It's very true. However, I don't think all of our power is there. So we're going to try and mod a power supply to it. And if that don't turn it on, then that's going to point to a board problem. No, let's get a switch ready. The soldering iron is on. Bring this out. I don't know how I feel about taking and doing a whole bunch of soldering, but let's go. So I'm going to hook a wire up to one. Ooh, we're going to need to tin this. And potentially wire strippers. Let's grab those. Take a good bit off. Tin the other side. What else do we need? We need a black wire. Let's go ahead and prep one of those the same way. Strip a bit off. And the other end is bare already. Ouch. So that has us ready for our switch. Let's go ahead and connect these two if possible. I almost dropped the switch while it was hot. We got a connection there, so we're okay. Yeah, we'll put our other wire there. Oh boy, where is it? Where are you? Nope, I clicked something accidentally. Let me get back to chat. All right, there we go. Take and feed this down, just in case something were to pop off there. We'll protect one from the other. We're going for the quick heat shrink today. All right, this one we're going to use this to connect to our main power supply. And then we need to go from a ground on the power supply in the gray to the board. So, well, gray on this is going to go to white, and then black is going to go to black. So let's get our little plug prepped. We're not going to use the green. Let's go ahead and strip these two wires. We'll try and take a fair bit off. We're going to double that over and twist it to see if, twist it and then double it, trying to make like a pin, something to plug into our 24-volt end. What's going on in the rest of the world anyhow, people? What are you doing over there, if you don't mind me asking? I know it's bedtime for both of you. Well, Coco and Mr. Horror Business. Oh, where'd the helping hands go? The helping friendly hands. Not a lot of room and working messy. That's okay. All right. Get some heat here. Try and create our little pins. see if that works. All right, we have that. And then where was the other thing we prepped? The switch. Let's see if they're going to plug into the main power supply. So we're going to need green to go to green, black to black. Is that a black? It looks like, it's green, not black. All right, so we're going to go ground to ground. It will kind of plug in, not great. So we'll try and jam it in there. We're going to put our green into our green wire. Those are in kind of stable. And then for this gadget that we made, we need our gray wire here, which is on the back side here, to go to our white wire. Sorry I didn't use gray, but let's find that gray wire on the back. That's gray. Ooh, it might be too big. We might have to crush it. Yep. Got to crush it a little to get it in there. That's okay. The ends of it, a little big to fit them pins. I'm going to trim it instead of trying to crush something that wants to twist. Come on. All right. All right. Take our white to our gray, wherever that went. Make sure we're going straight through white to gray. Still really doesn't want to fit in there. Let's try with some tweezers. See if we can get this to feed in with tweezers possibly. All right, we know it'll bend. All right, that went in. I got a little more faith in that, as long as the wires don't break. We'll take our black and we're going to try and put that over here. And just grab another one of this row of grounds that are in place there. Now we're going to make sure all this stays together and plug it in. All right, kind of hard to see, but green to green, black to black, white goes to gray, so picture that as gray. And our green and our black are on a switch. Let's see. Let's grab a power lead. Keep our power supply switched off. Let's see if we can get any different results. Man, talk about nervous. Where is my lead? This goes down and gets plugged in. So we're going to check it against this, how this would plug in. And we see that cable. Get some light back on. And lock the focus. There we go. So this cable would plug in with black to the outside, same as this. Let's go ahead and plug this in. All right, it's in the right spot. Now the main thing, we need to keep this here and keep everything connected. We have our little power switch here. And then we need our two 12-volt rails from our power supply. They will plug in, or EPS connector, whatever you want to call them. Let's take, I'm going to grab an extension because that's a little short. We'll plug. So we have yellow to yellow, black to black, and then we need to plug in right beside our little dongle of madness here. Hopefully I don't rip anything loose. And it doesn't seem that I did. We've got our power switch. Let's get power to our power supply. All right, that power is on for the power supply. Let's see. We may have a connection break. Yeah, nope. Are we on or off? On. All right, give me one moment. We'll switch back off. I'm going to flip these leads around. Not that it should matter, but just in case. All right, that's 1 and 2. I did not check if our switch was bad either. I guess I should have checked that. And still no dice here. All right, new ideas. This is a fail. Let's do this while we're here. Leave that out. Just to confirm, too, that we got power. Where's our 12 pin? Or 8 pin, sorry. All right, so power supply on and connected to the one we were trying to jump from. We can see that it does indeed work. So I wonder if there's not a problem with the board that was keeping this from kicking on, or if there's still power supply. I do need to find a way to try and jump the board independent from the stock power supply. All right, let's just recheck everything, connect it back up, and see any ideas in the chat, because this is a goofy power supply. step over so I can read. Chinling eyelids getting heavy. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. What'd I do with my plug? I just kind of tossed it. All right, so let's check this out. We know 100% pins are going into this. And we do have the right order. We got the black, the gray, and the green. Everything's good. And these are locked in, so they're definitely in the right way, else the little catches wouldn't work. It just simply wouldn't work. And I don't know of any way to jump. You know what? Hold on. Let me wire this back up and test something else. Here's the real question, though. Do I take and redo the switch quick? Should we go to something that's not a momentary? Should we go to more of a toggle? Let's try that. Not that I think that's going to fix everything, but we'll try it quick. Helping hands. What did you throw in there? Chilling eyelids getting heavy. All right, color goes to the inside. All right, not a momentary switch, but now we got a full-on toggle. Let's do the same thing. Repeat. Power supply off. We're going to need green and black. All right, let's separate this madness again. Get some tweezers. I didn't try the power switch on the computer. We're going to do that this time after we connect these. So we want our black to go in. And that's our black, and then we'll feed our white over to this side in the gray. And let's grab our power. Adapter. All right, they're in. I don't expect anything different, but just in case I missed something. Power supply on. Ooh, so we did get a fan buzz right there. Let's turn this switch on and then try the, which it is on. That's good. Maybe we need to turn it off. Or we lost connection. I don't know. We may need that purple wire. Not really certain now. What? If it's the power supply or the board. So it's going to take further diagnostics on this. I am running out of time to head out. But normally, if you can get this setup going on these goofy 7-pin, I don't know if it's 7 or 6, I think 7, you can start them up if it's a power supply problem. And without the fan ramping up to full speed like it normally does at boot and running at that goofy speed, that generally points to a power supply problem. So, but in this case, I'm wondering if there isn't a board problem. RAM, processor, that can all be checked in another board. I'll do that real quick just to verify they're good. But what that doesn't do is verify whether the board is good, is what I really wanted to know. Do we just have to order a power supply? So with the little toggle switch off, nothing is completed. With it on, we're getting power to our main power supply, and we can get the fan to twitch a little, but it's still just not, it's either not getting the power OK signal, there's something going on. Which, do we even dare, do we connect the, do we connect the purple wire? Where would that be? So we could use that green wire we're not using. Let's repin it quick. We'll shut it all off. Put the green there, try putting it to the purple on board. I doubt it, but let's see. And the purple needs to go between the black and the gray. Did it really clip it? It did. Shouldn't need the power wire, or the purple, but where are you? Right, of course, you're right beside that stupid gray wire. If you can not hang over the computer, that would be good. Alright, we're done soldering for the day. It is time to go, but we'll try purple. We'll try connecting the actual purple wire to the purple on the power supply. It's literally the only purple wire. I don't think it's going to make a bit of difference, but we'll at least try. That's why I don't like these proprietary things like this at all. So we'll have black, purple, gray. And we could take the whole switch out and just connect the green direct to, we'd need another wire. But I like the switch idea because you can, what happens if you do get it working is the fans don't turn off. The one fan doesn't actually turn off. All right, we're all connected. Nothing's touching anything. Still no dice. All right, further testing to be done. We'll pick this back up Monday. Oh, hold on. Why did you all of a sudden go off? You just legit started spinning. Why was that? All right, red's going to be the new purple. So we're going to add a red wire in place of the purple. We're just going to go direct connection to the power supply, even if the fans stay running when computer's switched off. If we can get the board to power, that's really the goal here. Then we know whether it's board or power supply. At this point, I'm starting to think board or another piece of hardware. Let's plug this back in and find out. So we're going to go to the purple. With the red. We need to add an end that's a pin, essentially. Let's do that quick. We'll just go direct from power supply without the switch in between to power down the fans. Okay, to be safe, we'll unplug from here. We start wiring this up. Main power is disconnected, and literally we go to the colors that be green to green, only red to purple. That's the only thing. Let's throw this into a black. White to gray, and red to purple. Yeah, I don't think those touching's that great of an idea. All right, this test fails. We're going to cut out here as I do have to go to work. Back to black. All right, everything looks good. Last attempt. Well, nothing is touching. And we get nothing. Not even so much as a jump jitter. Oh, hold on. Are we in? Yeah, we're in. We're in. Trying to make sure all of our wires have a connection. Nope. All right. To be continued at that. Let me power down before we start unplugging. So yeah, at this point, I was thinking power supply, honestly, but being that it doesn't want to power with methods that I've used to power these goopy power supplies before, I'm starting to think honestly board is the problem, and let's hope not, because that's going to be a much more expensive fix. What do I have here? Anything that we can test hyper quick? Possibly. So let's grab our power button assembly. Oh, you know what? No, I can't. Never mind. Wrong computer. I was thinking this was 6th gen. It's 10th gen Intel. So completely off base on that one. So, to be continued. I don't have another 10th gen board in shop. I have 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 12th, 13th compatibility, but no 10th or 11th gen. So, I'm going to have to employ something else to try and tackle this one here. Anyhow, thank you for watching. You can't win them all. This is direct proof of that. But, I got to head to work, so thank you for hanging out, people. Ending.